Good evening, and welcome to Fantasy Theater Factory's FTF at Home virtual performance series. My name is Larry Fields. I'm the executive and artistic director at Fantasy Theater Factory, and I'm coming to you tonight from where else but at home. And we're presenting a really exciting new programming initiative called Together Apart, Youth Theater in the Time of Coronavirus. We received so many submissions from talented students all across Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties, many more than we could actually do here tonight. But they were all really creative and wonderful in their own right. I want to congratulate everyone who submitted a piece for this project, whether it was ultimately selected for performance tonight or not. And I want to also encourage you to continue creating and performing now more than ever. And speaking of performing, we have some really terrific actors who are bringing these pieces alive tonight. They are Sandy Stock, Luckner Bruno, Israel Venus, Daryl Patrice, Kevin Ruby, Dana Morrow, and Crystal Millie Valdez. These are some of South Florida's most talented performers, and we thank them for their participation here with us tonight. I also want to invite you to see some of our other virtual performances. You can check those out at ftfshows.com, that's ftfshows.com, or on our social media pages at ftfshows. I also want to thank our sponsors, the Miami-Dade County Department of Cultural Affairs and the State of Florida Division of Cultural Affairs. And now, without further ado, sit back and relax and enjoy Together Apart, Youth Theater in the Time of Coronavirus.
Is this thing even on? Oh, okay. Hello. If you're watching this, I've either passed out from insanity, snuck out, or died of boredom. The last time I saw daylight was Wednesday, March 25th. It is currently Tuesday, April 21st. The impact of quarantine due to corona has led me to do some things I have never thought were possible before. Last week, I was able to have a full conversation with my brother without disagreeing. We had the same opinion on the same topic and my brain almost exploded from confusion. It was the first time in 11 years I didn't want to kick him out of a window. Not only that, I actually voluntarily agreed to make him lunch while he was doing online school. I've actually begun to care about him. I have also watched every single show on Netflix and Disney Plus enough times to memorize every single line from every single show and movie, and also all the songs that Spotify has. That was many of the one effects of quarantine insanity. It's a mental effect that any person who's been quarantined for long periods of time has displayed. Depending on the amount of time spent indoors, it can affect physical health as well. Like overeating, extreme laziness, and of course the need to sleep every 12 seconds. I have displayed all these symptoms. Another common symptom that has taken the majority of the world is the need to have excess toilet paper. Last time I went outside, I was attacked by a mother in need of toilet paper, leaving me toilet paperless, leaving me to resort to using paper towels, old graded papers from school, and even my cat. Since then, I haven't dared leave my house. If this quarantine doesn't end soon, I fear the effects of quarantinity will soon overcome me. Coming, mother! Oh, I have to go help my mother disinfect the groceries she just bought. Abby out.
Back when we still had school, I used to pray for the day that school would be canceled. And boy, I was totally right to be praying about that. Now that school's online, I have so much time to do my favorite things in the whole world. Fortnite, and my most favorite, Fortnite! My mom thinks I'm addicted to playing video games, but I can totally stop whenever I want. It's just, why would I? I love pressing F to thank the driver, buying new skins with my V-Bucks, and playing creative mode. I can even play with my friends online even though we're social distancing. And if I ever miss all my friends, I can call them on Discord and talk to them while we have a dance party on Fortnite. The quarantine is one of the best things to ever happen to me, ever. I even got to see the rare llama spawn into the game. I feel even closer to all my friends, and even made new ones who love Fortnite just as much as I do. What's that? Exams got canceled? Oh my god. I could hug every single administrator ever. They're definitely getting the good chocolates during Appreciation Week. You know what I mean. The ones that taste good. And have the fancy names like Ferrero Rocher, which totally sounds delicioso.
Jimmy, get off the computer right now. It's been 13 hours.
But, Mom! The Travis Scott Fortnite event is going to start soon. I can't miss it. This concert is literally going to be the event of the century. Old people like Mom wouldn't understand. So, anyways, back to the quarantine. Like I said, I love it. No exams, online school, and Fortnite for days. Oh, I have to go because the match is starting soon. Got a blast.
Oh, you're asking me how my quarantine is going? Well, to be completely honest, time has eluded me. The sun rises and sets, following the ebb and flow of reality while I'm left staring as the day goes by my windowsill. Why did the coronavirus have to spread at such a pivotal time in our lives? It's ruined so many things that I've looked forward to since the beginning of the school year. Where's my memories that I'll remember for the rest of my life? It's hard when the decisions are taken out of your hands and thrust into the hands of people who have had those experiences already, who have already had graduation and prom because they truly don't know or understand what it feels like to not have it. No matter how hard they try to assure themselves, a Zoom call isn't the same as the prom they had back in 1989. And I won't get a chance to get all dolled up and pretty for prom like I had always dreamed. There won't be a moment where my mom cries and tells me how beautiful I look. There won't be a moment to dance the night away with my friends as one last event before we never see each other again. A Zoom call will never replace all the lost opportunities I'll never get to have. When I'm old and gray, sitting around with my grandchildren, I won't be able to tell them about my graduation. Other than the entire video crashing when they called my name as I sat at my desk in my cap and gown. We get reassurances that things could be worse off, and that we should look at these events with the glass half full. But that doesn't change the fact that the glass is still half empty. It's hard to be motivated during times like these. And some days it's even hard getting up knowing that this day will be exactly the same as the last. You can't blame me for being so sad about things that will never be. But just like every other disappointment, life moves on with or without you, and you have to make that decision on whether or not you want to move with it. I'm trying so hard to move with it. In the background, the news is talking about federal money to prop businesses up being stolen by bigger businesses who don't need it, while I'm picking out which college I'm going to go to in the fall. Will I go to my dream school, NYU, but be drowning in debt during an economic collapse? Or will I pick the financial safe option so that I don't screw up my future? I cry as I make the better financial decision, hearing people tell me that I made the right choice even though I feel it in my bones that I'm not. But it's just another part of quarantine life. Being resilient and stocking up while you can, but my stocking up isn't toilet paper. It's scholarship money and college funds that have disappeared due to the finicky stock market. Instead of thinking about that, I throw myself into the black hole that's the internet. Instagram, Twitter, and even though I hate to admit it, TikTok. It reminds me that even though I'm going through this right now, there's someone else in the world who has to face the same decisions and can truly empathize. So while I'm trying to log in a coffee or doing the latest exercise trend, I remember that I'm not so alone in the world. That although it feels this way, I'm going to make the best of when the quarantine ends. Although I hate to admit it, I know that this quarantine has taught me a real lesson. Cherish what you have now, because tomorrow it won't be there, and all you'll have are memories. Memories that make you smile during the hard times. Like when my best friend and I drove to the beach together to watch the sunrise as we had a picnic by the waves. Or when my best friends Camilla, Caroline, and I danced around Caroline's room in old dance costumes that brought back the nostalgia of long forgotten love and memories. Those are the memories I hold on to when I feel like I can't get out of bed. So the next time you feel the need to ask me about how my quarantine is going out of social courtesy, don't.
Oh my goodness!
What happened?
We're all out of waffles!
No!
Why are you guys screaming your lungs out at 6:24 in the morning?
Oh, thank goodness you're here. We're all doomed. Doomed, I tell ya. Doomed.
Okay. Melissa, what's going on?
Well, we're all out of waffles.
I know the solution.
We're saved. Okay, what is it?
What? Oh, no, I was talking to my manager, but what's the problem?
We are out of waffles.
Oh my God! Well, why didn't you say so? Call me back, Mr. Gomez.
Could you just listen to me, please? Okay. We are going to eat scrambled eggs today.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, then, there it is. It's 3-1. I win. Scrambled eggs it is.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Let's not make like a huge deal out of it.
Hey, guys! Are you done with your homework already? I'm getting bored. I want to play some dominoes.
Yeah, we've been done like a decade ago. Let's go.
Oh man,
What is it this time?
I got homework from Ms. Ruiz. I'm sorry. I really wanted to play, but you know what? What the heck am I talking about? It's due next week. Come on.
Melissa?
Yeah, Mylene?
We shouldn't have eaten those 2 packets of Doritos.
You are so right.
Oh no. Oh, no.
What is it? What?
Oh.
What?
I have so much history homework, I could just scream.
Okay, just get it done. And while you're at it, can you get me a bowl full of ice cream with some smushed Oreos on top? Oh, and a side of Coca-Cola, please.
No, you're gonna get fat.
Okay, then can you bring me a piece of the chocolate cake we made together?
No.
Then what about a smudge of Marta?
No.
Fine. Hot dog. A miserable piece of hot dog then.
I've gotta go.
Hey, you guys are eating a lot of junk food. Why don't you, me, and your grandma go for a stroll?
Sure.
Now you girls will have to put these masks on.
But we're just gonna be in our neighborhood.
We know, but it's for safety.
Okay then. Oh, I'm having a heart attack.
But does someone call 911?
Gotcha.
You almost gave me a heart attack. Don't you ever do that again to me, please.
Okay. Also, I'm bored.
Hey, get out of the TV! I can't see anything!
Bored.
Sweetie,
Bored.
it's just that you've been stuck in this home for the last 2 weeks. Would you like to go to the CVS pharmacy with me?
Well, can I get out of the car?
Of course not.
Can't wait.
Oye, nadie me deja ver la novela en paz.
Okay, ya me voy.
Oh, I hate school. I mean, like, you could literally ask anybody in the world who knows me, and you know what they'll say? That I hate school. Everything about it. Waking up before the sun is out and learning for 7 hours a day. I just hate it all. At least, that's what I used to think, you know, before living in quarantine like this. As much as I don't want to admit it, I really do miss sitting in class listening to my teachers go on and on about nonsense all day. I mean, at least at school I had the chance to make somebody happy. I was able to make a classroom full of students laugh and bring just a little bit of joy into everyone's day. Sometimes even my teacher would giggle. Other times, though, I'd get sent right out of class and take the walk of shame to the dean's office. Oh, I miss all that. Now all I can do is throw on sweatpants and a hoodie and stare at the screen of my laptop for hours until the outer layers of my eyeballs begin to burn off. Seriously, though, as a child, I was told not to sit too close to the TV because I'll damage my vision. And now, here I am, 10 years later, watching lectures through a screen just inches away from my face. And there's no excitement anymore, no relief. The best feeling in the world used to be when the final bell rings on Friday afternoon and everyone just runs free, smiling and pumped for the weekend. Now, I finish with the last online video, chat, and click a button and end the session. And I sit in my house doing absolutely nothing for the next 48 hours. I never even get the opportunity to crack a joke anymore. When I'm alone in my room, I tend to think a lot. And I wonder, do people think of me as anything more than just a prankster? Is all I'm good for is just taping air horns under the teacher's chair and spraying silly string in the bathroom? Once I graduate high school, I want to be somebody. I want there to be more to my name than just a bunch of detentions and a bad report card. This quarantine has done nothing but let me get into my own head. Oh, it feels like I'm in jail. I need to have some fun. I need to see my friends and feel their touch. I just need some reality in my life before I go insane. Whew. I need to get out.
It happened. It actually happened. My mom's greatest dream has become a reality. I am terrified of my phone. The one thing I could go on every day and enjoy has been taken over by never-ending texts from my teachers. What will it be today, cellular device? 10 texts about my weekly work? A video call with a boomer? Sorry, Mom. All right. There is no reason to get this upset over a notification. It's not like I have better things to worry about, like a pandemic or the safety of my grandparents. No, of course not. Oh, my GPA will always come first above anything else. That's why I'm doing work in my bed, not a public building. That's why I'm staring at my computer screen instead of worrying about what I'm going to wipe my butt with. Yeah. Come on. You can check your phone, okay? It'll be fine. Can't be that bad. You've been doing this for 4 weeks already, okay? 1 more week isn't going to be any worse than it already has been, okay? Just on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Huh. What? No texts? Am I seeing this correctly? Oh, there has not been a single day where this has happened. It's a miracle! A miracle, I tell you! Mom! I'm free! I think I might cry. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna play some games on my phone. Hello, students. Don't forget to submit the 4 online assignments that I just posted today. Ah!
Mom, you got your senior year. You got the experience that I just don't have anymore. I woke up this morning to a deafening silence in my room. I look at my phone on the nightstand and see the time, 4 a.m. I set my phone down as I stare at my ceiling, eavesdropping on the street outside my window, hoping to hear any kind of sound. I stare at my ceiling and listen. My ears feeling pressure as the silence grows heavier. Every day the cycle continues. A cycle that never would have happened if the world wasn't at a standstill. See, it's not just my room that's silent anymore, it's the whole world. towns full with people partying and laughing now stands silent as a ghost town. It's eerie, really, how much things have changed. The way everything is so different, how it happened at the snap of a finger. The actuality is that I'm a high school senior at the end of my high school experience, and this is not how it was supposed to go. I wasn't supposed to be cooped up in a house with my family driving me crazy, doing piles of homework, and longing for a sense of that fun teenage adolescence that my senior year was supposed to be filled with. I was supposed to be messing around with my friends at school, talking to people I usually don't try to, and enjoying senior events like Grad Bash. Things just aren't the same. And I don't know if they will ever go perfectly back to normal. I spend most of my days painting for hours on end, trying to distract myself from the fact that my high school experience is fading. Yet the thought continues to creep up on me. Whatever I do, it creeps up on me, making me spiral until I go to sleep and start the cycle again. Everyone keeps saying how easy it is to stay home and self-quarantine, but I can't help but be restless. Because the reality is that my high school career is over. All the glitter and glam of prom has rotted. And my eyes get cloudy at the thought that I didn't fully enjoy my last year of high school like I should have. I regret not talking to that cute guy or becoming friends with that girl who watches all the same movies I do. It might sound dramatic, but think about it. There are so many things I'll never be able to do again. I absolutely hate the feeling of regret. And yet that's what seeps into my chest late at night when I think of my senior year. And you know, I try to stay hopeful. I really do. Hopeful that by the time my birthday comes around, my friends will be able to actually hug me. Hopeful that those who are sick will get better. And hopeful that this summer will be the best one yet. But it's hard to stay positive when you are literally trapped inside. But I'm trying. Tomorrow I'll wake up at 4 a.m. I'll get up and I'll probably go outside and take a look at the world as it is. Because it can all change at the snap of a finger. Hopefully for the better. So please, Mom, just know that I'm trying to do better. It's just hard right now, but I am trying. So please, Mom, just cut me a little bit of slack.
This is going to be my first day back on the job. What do I need to know?
Get ready. You're in for the worst 8 hours of your life.
It can't be all that bad.
Trust me. These guys are ruthless.
It can't be as bad as the people back at work.
Well, they are. One time they kicked me out of my own session and they blackmailed me with a photo they took.
The one that was published?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know if I'm ready for this, brother. Tell me what I need to do.
What do you need to do? It's not just what you need to do, it's what they'll do to you. And they'll do everything in the book. They'll lie, they'll cheat, and they'll drive you insane in every way. They'll laugh at you. They'll record you without you even knowing. And make sure you know where their hands are, and make sure they don't hide no records anywhere. Be careful with them. They can be dangerous if you don't settle them down fast, and don't ever take your eyes off of them. You never know what they're gonna pull.
I don't know if I'm ready for this, brother.
Well, a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.
Hello, students. I miss you all so much. How are you liking virtual classes?
At first, I thought it was crazy. A pandemic? Aren't you only supposed to see those in like horror movies or where some sort of flesh-eating virus destroys the whole human race? This is real life, where the apocalypse stories stay on screen, not like come in and cancel everything in sight. Little did I know how real it could be, not just for me, but for the whole world. Who would have thought my junior year of high school would be cut short due to this? I'll tell you who. No one! Just goes to show how unpredictable life can be. You think you have everything figured out and under control, and all of a sudden life will sucker punch you in the face, leaving you on the floor with a black eye. Having school canceled for the rest of the year is not as bad as I thought it would be, I have to say. While I miss seeing my friends and walking like 5,000 steps a day, I walk about 180 now, mostly from my bed to the kitchen and back. I get to wear my pajamas 24 hours a day, not have to wash my hair for like 4 days in a row, and I even get to watch The Office on repeat. Besides the fact that I now need like a 20-minute break after walking up a flight of stairs due to lack of exercise, it's not that bad if you ask me. Quarantining has also helped me get in touch with my family and my surroundings as well. That's because we go on 25 family walks a day. I've learned a great deal about them. Oh, for starters, I found out my sister is 13 and not 12, like I thought. Crazy, right? Like, who would have thought that? You know, who knew? Oh, and I learned that our outside cat is still alive after not seeing it for months. Oh, and the neighbors, like who I've known for years, apparently have children? I'm not sure how I didn't know that before, but I guess you learn something new every day. Pretty good stuff. Being in the house all the time has also allowed my dormant insecurity to creep in, you know? Let me explain. Ever since this whole thing started, I've begun to notice that certain things happen at the same time. For example, every day at about 12, Clyde drives his old car by the house with all the windows down and his hand out the window. Actually, I have no idea what his real name is, but he looks like a Clyde, so I'm going to go with that. Oh, and then Michelle and Peter, they walked their dog past the house, engaged in some scientific debate. Again, no idea what their names are or if they're into science, but like, I really feel like they are, you know? Oh, last but not least, my favorite, the crazy old cat lady, swinging her bag around, singing a song as if she doesn't have a care in the world. Even though I don't know these people, I've developed a very thorough analysis of what our incredible friendship could be like, especially with the cat lady. Yeah, I've always had a soft spot for her because of our numerous similarities. Come on, no. Don't look at me like that. Come on, don't look at me like that. I'm not crazy. I don't have 5 heads, okay? Although now that I hear it out loud, I'm definitely starting to doubt that. Maybe by next week I'll start hallucinating and strike up a powerful friendship with Bugs Bunny. Only time will tell. Isn't it so hypocritical how some celebrities preach about self-quarantine one day, and the next day you see an article in the Daily Mail talking about Kylie's weekend yacht trip or Kim's trip to a friend's house? Like, you always see these types of people in every situation, right? Like, as my 8th grade chemistry teacher liked to say, natural selection. Although quarantining has had its ups and downs throughout these long weeks, it's important to stay inside for the safety of yourself and others, you know? Anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Let's watch some TV.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandpa.
Hi, sweetie. How was your day at school today?
It was fine. Today in history, we learned about the early 2000s.
Them good old days.
We learned about 2020. It didn't sound so good.
Oh, 2020, what a year. Did you learn about the COVID-19 or about the great toilet paper depression?
Or did you learn about Zoom classes? You know, that's how I met your grandma.
Really?
Mm.
How? I thought you guys were in quarantine and you couldn't, like, be with anyone.
Well, yeah, but you see, I accidentally clicked on the wrong class one day, and I met your grandma right there when she was doing the classes.
Oh, really? Did you like online classes? Oh, I bet it was so much better than actual school. Actual school is so boring.
Well, online school was fine, but actual school is better.
Nah, online school was way more fun because you see, we play Minecraft. You know, we click on another thing, and then everybody think you in class, and the whole time you play nah, little girl, you should always do what your teacher says.
What's Minecraft?
It's a video game from back in my day. You know, we in quarantine had so much time on our hands. So, I mean, we play all kinds of video games on Discord and
Discord was an app that we used to talk to people online. It was like your Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. It's like your box chatty.
It's Catbox, Grandma. How many times do I have to tell you?
Quarantine looked so much fun. I wish I was in 2020.
Oh, no, you don't, honey. It was quite boring, honestly, and the news stories were absolutely horrible.
Mm-hmm. And we had online graduation, which was interesting.
Our teacher said that after the economy crashed in July, that's when Disney took over the world.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was a time before President Mickey.
Wow. 2020 seems like quite the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every day, I wake up forgetting my life is no longer what I recognize. Is it a school day or the weekend? I don't really know. There is no Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday anymore. There are only days. Don't get me wrong, I am beyond grateful that my whole family is safe. In the news, they report so much suffering and death, the number of people with the virus, the number of people in the hospital, the number of people who lose their jobs, so many numbers. I wonder where I stand in those numbers. All I can do now is wait inside my house. Wait. At least I don't have to wait alone. I can still talk to my friends through FaceTime or WhatsApp. We share jokes and experiences. I like to hear that they are also doing well and staying safe. As weird as it may sound, it is comforting to know that they also share the longing of memories that will never happen. Memories of field trips that we will never go on, and goodbyes that we will never get to say. Where have the days gone? I tell you where they've gone. They are marked with the days of classwork followed by afternoons of joy. At first, I would drown in the classwork. It felt like a mountain that I had to scale every single day. Up the mountain. I walked with 1,000 pounds of work on my backpack, but as my mom taught me her amazing skills of time management and organization, the mountain was chopped little by little until it was nothing but a small speed bump. My feeling of dread was replaced with the feeling of accomplishment. I never knew that I was able to be so independent and achieve so much. I realized that in all this waiting, I have grown so much. Afternoons are filled with the laughter I share with my little brother, memories of front yard basketball games that we will remember long after everyone has forgotten about coronavirus, video game tournaments shared with my dad and little brother, how we joined together to be an unstoppable team of race car drivers, rally car drivers, and even a rock band. Oh, and there are also our family walks and runs depending on the day. My mom, dad, little brother, and I go outside for some fresh air. Runs are tough and a test of resilience. Every day, we push ourselves a little further. I can't believe that we went from running 1 mile to more than 3 miles. We have really improved. The walks are filled with family conversations about life, how we are grateful for life and each other. We wish well to those that are not as blessed, what the future may hold for all of us, how we can make the world better today. Our life slows down in those 60 minutes and we connect more than we ever have. I feel like my mind, spirit, and heart have grown so much during this time. Do I still get lost in the days? Yes, I do. But I wouldn't have it any other way.
You want to know how my quarantine's going? Terrible. Not actually. I'm just freaking tired of school. I've been reading a lot of John Taylor Gatto in my free time. Yeah, a book called Weapons of Mass Instruction. You get it? It's like weapons of mass destruction, but instead, it's our institutionalized schooling system that's doing the damage. Yeah, I'm tired of it. I am so tired of it. Especially now that it's online. I don't even see my teachers anymore. They just throw the work at me. It's like, hello, I'm human. Can I get a, hi, happy Monday, how are you doing? No. Human contact is obsolete nowadays, and so seem to be any principles of kindness. You know, I used to be a real nice person until I started waking up every Monday morning with 50 new texts that all just say, "Here's some work. Hope you're having fun. If you don't turn it in by tomorrow, that's 10 zeros and you'll fail the quarter." Yeah, that's life. School is just an arbitrary, mundane, monotonous cycle of hell. Distance learning is what the feds are calling it. No real learning goes on. That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. Because as long as we continue being subservient, obsequious, stole-minded sheep who follow every command, we'll get the grade, and we'll make our teachers happy. I would drop out in a heartbeat. That is, if there were a place that were open where I could get the frickin' papers, forms to do so. Just like, give me my label already that says, "You're a failure in society and will never amount to anything. And let me be free." Oh, sorry, Miss Rosenstein. I'm gonna leave the call now, actually. I have another Zoom meeting in a few minutes for AP Psych. I think I'm gonna need it.
Jess and I want to make a coronavirus journal to document everything that happens. Well, it was more Jess's idea than mine. I mean, I think it's stupid. This thing is only going to be 2 pages long. She says our kids will be able to look at this. Yeah, look back at nothing. This whole thing is going to blow over like nothing happened. Jess and I are going to FaceTime tonight. She still hasn't picked out a prom dress or a date. She's picking between the yellow and the red dress. She wants the yellow one, but red is more her color. I already picked mine. I like it a lot, and it fits me perfectly. Prom is a night I've been looking forward to since freshman year. Well, that's all I really have to say for right now. Like I said, this whole thing is going to be nothing. We'll all go back to school on Monday and forget about it. Second day of writing in this, and they just canceled school for next week. I bet it's nothing. It's like a little spring break. I mean, senior year has been pretty hard. It's nice to have a break. Mom is going out for grocery shopping. She says we have to stock up. I don't get it. There's nothing to be worried about. I hope. I thought I was done writing in this for the day, but they just announced that school is going virtual for the next month. But there's still a chance we'll be back for prom and graduation. I'm sure of it. This virus is getting really bad, especially where I live in New York, and it's only been a few days. The cases are rising really fast. My dad and mom went to get tested. My brother and I have been home for the past few days. I haven't heard from Jess in a while. Her uncle got the virus, and I think he's in the hospital. I just want to go back to normal. There isn't much to write about anymore. Weeks pass by fast and slow at the same time. I can't see any of my friends. every state has at least 100 cases. The U.S. passed 100,000 cases overall, and I don't think I'm going back to school. Jeez. My senior year. Who would have thought last Friday was going to be the last time I was going to see my friends? The only people I'll keep in touch with are the people going to college with me. Wow. College. I didn't think it was going to happen that fast. First thing, I was writing my admission essays, and now in only a couple of months, I'll be going. I think this whole virus is bigger than anyone expected. I just want to go back to normal.
Oh God, no, 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 no! Oh, no! No! It's been about 5 weeks since Animal Crossing came out, and I can't get enough. You literally get to build your own island and make adorable animal friends, and just start a whole new life to escape the one you're stuck living in. I mean, the game couldn't have come out at a better time considering this whole pandemic thing. Animal Crossing has served as a huge distraction from everything. There's just one problem. At around 9 p.m. in-game, the tarantulas come out. Now, I know it's just a game, and you're probably thinking, what could be so scary about a tarantula in a kid's game? Well, you see, I was saying the same thing until I came across one of them, and it started chasing me. Okay, picture this. You're playing a relaxing kid's game in the middle of the night, and there's lovely music in the background. And you're out and about with your net, ready to catch some bugs and sell it for some good old cash. Then, from the corner of your screen, you see the rare but lucrative tarantula. You're ready to catch it, but wait! It hisses at you! And then suddenly, it pounces at you before you even get a chance to run away. Your screen fades to black, and your character drops to the floor, fainted and empty-handed. And that's exactly what happened just now. Tarantulas in Animal Crossing are the very bane of my existence. If only I could catch just one. Hold on. Look. What's this? I think it is. Oh my God, I'm gonna try to catch it. You see, the trick is to slowly approach it. Oh God, no. It got away. There'll be times where he hisses, and then it goes about its business. And then, when it least expects it, you go in for the kill! Yes! Finally! At last, one tarantula in my pocket! In your face, tarantulas! No longer will I be in fear, for I have the power of the one and only Itsy Bitsy Tarantula.
Good morning, citizens. It's newscaster AADIL coming to you live from the Y2K-Dade studio with a breaking report. The World Health Organization has officially declared the COVID-19 virus to be cured. The virus, which has wreaked havoc upon the citizens of the whole world, has definitely left its mark on all of us. But scientists have recently discovered a cure with the help of a few unexpected visitors. Our correspondent at the Center for Disease Control has informed us of the scoop, saying that on Monday evening, scientists working in one of the country's largest labs noticed a surprising shower of shooting stars in the darkened sky. Intrigued, the crew stationed at this lab in Tallahassee quickly ran outside after hearing what sounded like an explosion, noticing what appeared to be a mass of smoking rubble buried in the ground. It was then that these scientists encountered something we have long speculated about: extraterrestrials. The FBI was immediately contacted, and these visitors from outer space were hurriedly shuffled into Area 51 custody. Much to the government's surprise, these aliens were not those known to have built the pyramids at Giza, nor the ones who built the moon. Rather, they are a new species of extraterrestrials who claim to come from Alpha Centauri B, an Earth-like planet in a nearby galaxy. According to our sources, these aliens came here intentionally, as they had new information concerning the coronavirus pandemic. The virus, thought to have developed in Wuhan, China, was accidentally created by this race, whose leader intended to create a solution to cure the chickenpox, which was ravaging the population of Alpha Centauri B. Unfortunately, in attempting to create the vaccine, they accidentally created the strain of virus known to cause COVID-19. The Centaurian aliens intended to dispose of this new virus in space after they realized what they had done. But after an incident, with an accident involving an asteroid collision, the spaceship was shot off at incredible speeds towards our planet, where it crash-landed in the Chinese wilderness. The rest, my friends, is history. It has recently been announced that aliens have long had an influence on our little planet and knew exactly where to find us. They have made a breakthrough discovery, finding out that kangaroo urine, a delicacy on their planet, could completely annihilate COVID-19. They immediately rushed to planet Earth, where kangaroo urine is now being harvested as a means to create a vaccine. Our new alien friends have been awarded medals of honor from every country except North Korea, and have gone on to discover a new species of octopus, as well as confirm that Tom Cruise is in fact a lizard person. Before returning to their home planet, all they asked for in return was that all of Earth be informed of the existence of aliens, as well as the vaccine for chickenpox. Special thanks to our alien saviors. Next up on our program, does curing coronavirus mean the end for the kangaroos? And a special report by reporter CUP. How toilet paper executives came to rule the world. That has been all from Y2K reporter AADIL. And now a word from our sponsors. Alpha Centauri B? Really? Okay. Signing off.
Initially, I was a little excited about online learning. From what I heard, you get to lounge around and relax all day. Boy, was I wrong. Every minute, it's check Edmodo and check Remind. Do that. Do this. It was driving me crazy. And what's more, my teachers all but abandoned the schedule that we had during the year of even and odd. My LA teacher would post work every day, but my science teacher hasn't posted anything for a month. And the closest I get to lounging around is that I get to sleep in a couple more hours. I mean, what can I say? No one's gonna wake me up. Nothing's open. I can't see my friends. I mean, I'm not trying to be whiny. I mean, I know it's for my safety, but this temporary homeschooling blows. I mean, sometimes there is a good assignment. Interesting. My drama teacher gives some good stuff, along with science, when she shows up. My science teacher did assign a video about DNA that put me onto my new current favorite YouTube channel. So I guess you could say online learning only sucks about 2/3 of the time. Or is it 4/6? I don't know. My math teacher hasn't posted anything in 2 weeks.
Hello, I'm Kara, and this is my language arts project for the final quarter of 11th grade, and I'm doing a COVID capsule. I'm gonna make a week-long video diary talking about teenage life during the coronavirus. I mean, COVID-19. Well, I chose this project because I really want to remember how I felt during this time, and if something like this ever happens again, I can look back at my time capsule and see how I reacted. So every day, I'm gonna post a video on myself talking about being in quarantine during the COVID-19 worldwide pandemic. And well, this has been day 1, so see you tomorrow. I mean, cut. Ta-da! Presenting Corona fashion, the epitome of glam. Look at this high quality latex. This is the dress code if you want to leave the house to stay safe and healthy. No, but really, according to leading scientists, the virus can be transmitted through droplets in the air from an infected person, so we're wearing masks and gloves now so less people get sick. I'm not a huge fan of how they feel or how constricting they are, but I'm willing to wear them so none of my loved ones get sick. One of my family members is actually on the front lines, but we'll talk about that another day. And that's a wrap for day 2. Cut. I can't talk for very long today because I have so much schoolwork. Another downside of stay-at-home orders is online learning. I mean, for kids, this meant no school. I mean, at first it was awesome, and then it was a little less awesome, and now it's just annoying. I don't get to see any of my friends or my teachers unless they organize some sort of video chat, but even then, the work has to be done online and alone. I'm thankful I'm not a senior because it would really bum me out to have to miss all those end of the year celebrations, especially graduation. No, another assignment just popped up. And another one on Remind. Okay, bye. Hi again. My sister texted with bad news. She is the one I was talking about on day 2, who's in the front lines. She's an ICU nurse, and I think she might have contracted the virus, but she can't get tested. And even though there are tests out there to see if you have COVID-19, a lot of people are finding that it's hard to get them. Even people who have pre-existing conditions, who are more vulnerable than others, can't get tested. And I haven't seen my sister in a while because she has to stay in the garage to keep us safe. And I'm just upset because she most likely will contract the virus being around it so often. I just want to give her a hug, and I know I can't. But I saw a doctor on the news today who was holding a sign that said, "I came to work for you, now you stay home for me." And that is exactly what I'm going to do. Field trip today. My mom and I went to the grocery store for supplies. It was surreal. The lines were really long, but not because there was a lot of people, but because everyone has to stay 6 feet apart from each other, and you can only go down the aisles in one direction, and this is my life now. The trip continued with a hunt for treasure, otherwise known as Lysol and toilet paper. But sadly, we came home empty-handed. And soon, I may need to use notebook paper for an alternative purpose, so quit hoarding stuff, people! Okay, cut. I can't take it anymore. My face is breaking out. I haven't had a haircut or a manicure in months. My brain is about to pop from all the brain pop. And worst of all, we are out of toilet paper. So, this is the last day of my video diary, but not the last day of quarantine. We are all stressed, but we need to remember not to take it out on our loved ones. This virus has taught me that even though I feel independent, I still need my family. That the minute someone tells you you can't have something, you really want it. And this has been hard, but I realize that I'm strong. And I will survive! And soon enough, this will just be another boring old chapter in a social studies book. But until then, stay safe. That is a wrap! Woo!
So then I said, Professor, after looking at the diagram of human anatomy of 480 years ago, how could their respiratory system look so much different than ours? You couldn't even answer the question. Like, it's so much for being a biology professor.
Well, Beth, society was much different then. Communication wasn't a privilege or an activity. It was part of everyone's lives. They could see people every day as close to each other as they wanted. This field was probably a sports field or a stage for concerts.
So what happened?
Well, a major pandemic broke out and spread around the world. It caused schools, events, and jobs to close down. People weren't supposed to go outside and be around other people, but many still did. The virus got worse and everyone was quarantined for many years until it was lifted. After people started to interact again, they grew more prone to bacterias others carry, and people started to get sick just from being around each other. There were millions of types of bacteria floating around and people getting permanent respiratory problems because of it. Eventually, their kids had those problems, then their kids, and so on. Everyone learned to adapt to these problems, and it became so normal that it wasn't even a problem.
Look, I get it, but that was a long time ago. What would even happen if we stood less than 6 feet apart anyway? Like, we've been dating throughout the last 4 years. I want to hold you. And I want to feel what it's like to be loved. You can say whatever you want, but actions are more powerful than words. Look, it's worth it, Daniel. Let's break a rule.
Beth, this is insane. We can't just go breaking the rules. What if something happens to us? To our family?
Come on, Daniel. We can't live our life scared. Look, you love me, don't you?
Well, yes, of course. Look, I want to hold your hand and look into your eyes and tell you how much I love you. And you believe me because you feel it. Not just believe me because you heard me say it, but I just don't think this is a good idea.
Daniel, this isn't how life is meant to be lived. I don't think I can be with you if you aren't willing to risk it for me. I'm sorry, Daniel. We're done.
But Beth, I love you. No, not Beth. She's the love of my life, and I screwed it all up. Maybe she's right. I'm young. Living in fear isn't the way I want to live either, but what if it's not just my life at stake? No, that would never happen. How could me being with my girlfriend affect someone else? Maybe she's right. I have to find her. Beth, I'm sorry. I'm all in. Let's do it. Let's break the rule.
Daniel, I thought you were too scared. Are you sure?
I'm sure of this. And I'm sure of loving you.
Okay. 1, 2,
2, 3.
3.
Wow. This is incredible. And look, nobody else got hurt. We're fine.
Wait, what's that on your arm?
I don't know. Wait, it's on yours too.
This couldn't have anything to do with us holding hands, could it?
No, it can't be.
One by one, everyone on stage looks at their arm and sees streaks of blue. One of them drops to the floor.
Someone help that person!
Nobody can. This is why we have those rules. If we come into contact, it'll hurt others around us. If we had just kept our distance, none of this would have happened. Now it's too late.
Now, let's take a minute and discuss. Here are two people that wanted to be in contact with each other. They didn't think about how it might have affected others when they decided to hold hands. Then they saw that them holding hands had affected everyone that was surrounding them. And by then, it was too late. This is a lesson to everyone that thinks that hanging out with friends or going to crowded places won't affect them or the people around them. It is important that during quarantine we keep our distance from others and stay inside as much as we can. And even though washing your hands couldn't help Beth and Daniel in this story, it will help you. Remember to wash your hands after going outside, and remember to wear masks and gloves if you have to go to a place where you know there will be other people. I sit in my bed, looking up at the roof, wondering how Corona even started. Was it an actual bat, or was it a lab-made disease? I lay in my bed, also wondering how the rest of the world will survive during this pandemic. It feels like I'm living in the movie Contagion. I mean, it's the exact same thing. One person got the virus, and now it's worldwide. Whenever my mom takes me on drives with my sisters, people are head to toe dressed up in protection gear, but still hanging out with friends. How does the protection gear even work if you're not isolated? What do the masks even do? Will you have to wear the gear after this pandemic just to be safe? As I lay in my bed, I keep thinking of the things we have to do during quarantine to practice social distancing. Then I wonder, will I have to be doing online school forever? And then it hits me how my whole last year of middle school was over just like that. 3 whole years of middle school, and it ends by logging out of a computer. Not getting to sign my friends' shirts and not going to Rapids to celebrate. And not having a send-up to the high school like every other grade got. Well, now I hate this whole thing even more. What even started this thing? Then I kept wondering and went back to my original thought. Was it a bat? Or was it a lab-made disease?
What a world. What a world. You know, when I wish to spend some time in peace and quiet in my New Year's resolution, this is not what I had in mind. Nah, why should you care what I really meant? Now that I got to spend more time with the book, I realize that you're not exactly a stickler for detail. But you know, I've been thinking, like really thinking, call this whatever you want, but are there restaurants in heaven? No, really, are there? Because I sure as heck hope so. I really miss him, man. Yes, that's what we're thinking about during quarantine. Not about writing the next King Lear, but about whether we'll get to eat out. Up there. Sure, boredom breeds creativity and yada yada, but shower thought creativity, not King Lear creativity. So, I don't know about you, but I've been glutting myself on Wagner. Yeah, I know, he's in hell. But aren't we all at this point? At least an act a day. That's not the bad part. No, the bad part is I'm starting to sing it. Not in the meaningful, deep farewells, but the silly war cries. So, while I am suffering in the quarantine, I cannot imagine what the people around me feel when I just randomly shout out, "Hey, Aito! Ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! Ho! Ho!" But actually, now that I'm thinking about it, why do all the good artists go to hell? I mean, when everybody's sitting at home and watching Netflix, while people die from the modern plague outside, they are relying on artists to keep them afloat. But just because those artists committed some sort of sin, in thought or in deed, they deserve to go to hell. Does that warrant a special spot down under? Am I wasting your time? Probably am, but screw it. This is just a complete pseudo-confession hopped up on 16 hours of the ring, exuberant boredom, and with overwhelming, crushing worry for my grandfather, who is 69 and has just spent a year fighting cancer as a cherry on top. I've got one more question, I promise. See, I've been reading a lot of Neil Gaiman and have been made aware that you have 4 horsemen, right? So, we've got disease and death, war's probably coming up. So, question is, why 2020? Why not a proper scary time like Friday the 13th at 13/13/13 in the year 2666? Wait a minute. I'm asking the wrong guy. And that was only 3 horsemen. Whatever. Anyway, if this isn't the apocalypse, then please, 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 don't let my grandfather die. He means the world to me. Oh, and while you're at it, don't let them close down Portofino. I mean, it's the best Italian food in Miami, and he used to take me there. Please, I want to see my grandpa again, to hug him, to watch an old Russian movie, for him to tell me a joke, or give me advice, or anything. Just in person. I just want to give him a hug and not let go, you know? You should know, he practically raised me. So, please, God, hold off on the apocalypse until after I've gone and seen the ring at Beirut with him.
All right, Chris, do the kids need anything else? Okay, bye. I'll see you in a few.
No, Mom. No, I do not need any more frozen meat. What I need is toilet paper, and the kids keep using it for their art projects. Excuse me? I gotta go. Excuse me, I was here first.
No, you weren't. Besides, I saw the toilet paper.
Listen here, you germ. I cannot believe that people have to live in a world of people like you, hand sneezers. How dare you come into Whole Foods without an FDA-approved N95 mask and further sneeze into your hand? You're an awful person. You are disgusting. I bet you get joy from single-handedly spreading COVID-19. You're a monster. I bet you don't even wash your hands. Because that isn't supposed to spread disease. I mean, have you even gotten tested? No, you just go around infecting other people with your germy sneeze hands. I bet your middle name is COVID. Oh yeah, COVID with a K probably because you think it sounds cool. Yeah, you're a stupid person who does stupid things, and one day you're actually gonna get corona, and nobody will be able to visit you because you infected them, and you'll never be able to get to a store and steal any more toilet paper again, so take this! Yeah, that's right. And I want you to know that this is my toilet paper, not your toilet paper, my toilet paper. You're the worst, and I hate you, so enjoy my hate paper. And you know what? Maybe I'll come to visit you in the hospital, but I won't wear gloves. Or even worse, I won't wear a mask. Don't you dare test me. So don't you ever come to this Whole Foods again without a mask ever again, you irresponsible, non-mask wearing, corona-spreading hand sneezer.
Oh.
Until we meet again, COVID with a K.
Can't wait.
Oh, my cousin Riley's FaceTiming me. You know, this may sound weird, but I think it is so cool that she's all the way in Northern Ireland and we can still communicate. Okay, I'll answer. Hi, Riley. Oh, thank you for asking about me. I'm fine, but let me tell you a little bit. My mother has decided to buy me a book of things to do when you're bored, and I'm on the second to last activity, so yeah, I'll do that book pretty fast. But I can tell you, my baking skills, improving. A little bit. Back here, we are literally stuck in quarantine, just praying we don't get the virus because an alarming amount of people have gotten it here in Miami. The other day, we had to go to the supermarket because my brilliant mother realized that we ran out of food as she was preparing dinner. And the funniest thing happened at the supermarket. This guy coughed, and I don't know if it was accidental or not, but right on this cat lady, and she turned around and started hitting him with like 20 pounds of cat food until cat food went everywhere and they got kicked out of the supermarket. Oh, that was the highlight of my depressing week. Now that I'm telling you about it, it's just getting more depressing. So anyway, about my baking skills. I made banana bread, but my intelligent self used baking soda instead of flour, and kaboom! I need a new oven. So that is my short-lived baking career. Moving on, there's been a yacht parked outside for like ever, and I am about to swim over there and beg to be invited. But that's never gonna happen, so I'm stuck in my hopeless, lifeless home. Oh well. Let's see, what else have I done? Oh, I bought a 1,000-piece all-white puzzle. And it's really hard because all the pieces look the same. I tried to put them together like 5 million times and I failed. So then I had a mental breakdown and then I slept for 15 hours and now I'm jet-lagged, which I didn't think was possible since I haven't traveled in forever. And I might have coronavirus now since I hugged someone who tested positive. Oh wait, that might be a recurring nightmare since I cry myself to sleep now. I even thought about quitting my life, becoming homeless. But even that's hard at this point, given everything that's happening, the fact that the true essence of being is now hopeless and dead inside. So, how are you?
Okay, every day in this class, we have to FaceTime.
For sure. I can't stand Mrs. McKenna yelling at us through the screen the whole time.
Her voice is so nasty sounding. Ah!
Like every time I hear her voice, I like literally want to rip my ears off.
For sure.
Oh my God. I forgot to tell you guys.
You know that really cute guy in my calculus class?
You mean the one that's in the class with us?
Yes. Anyway, he asked me to come to the front of our houses and sit there with dinner, so we stay 6 feet apart. Oh, and we're going on a romantic dinner date.
I'm so happy for you.
Hello? Did you happen to mention that you have a really hot friend named Natalie?
No.
Okay, enough about this guy. Let's talk about that nasty shirt that Mia is wearing today.
Oh, and can we like also talk about how like, unlike some people, quarantine is just not working for Alex. Oh, with that unibrow.
No. No way! Claire is wearing the sweatshirt I lost! That little snake!
I hate that girl.
Like, everybody knows that she's just trying to be like you because she thinks that she can be pretty like you, but like everybody knows that she's not, but she's trying.
Ew. Look at Mrs. McKenna's wallpaper. It looks like an old lady's house.
Like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Like, nobody can hear us.
Actually, girls, we've heard your whole conversation. None of you are on mute.
What? Miss McKenna, we were just
practicing a short play for drama class.
Yeah, that's what we were doing. We were practicing for drama class.
Oh my God, Adam, what a good save, girl.
Oh no.
Anyways, look at Lila's room. It's green and hot pink.
Man, I never realized how much I loved Mom's cooking. Or the fact that I rarely spend time with her. Throughout my high school career, I just went to parties. You know, I only hung out with my friends. I really only came home to change out of my school uniform into a bathing suit. I can remember when I was a kid and all I would do is just stuff my face with Mom's lasagna. Like, barely left enough room to breathe. I can't believe that before this pandemic, I actually skipped our family dinners to like order sushi. What's wrong with me? Do you remember when we were kids and we shared a room and I would get scared and go into Mom's room? Well, each time she would leave a little space in bed right next to her just for me. Like, just in case that ever happened. All my friends do during this quarantine is complain about their parents. And all I wish I could do is hug ours. I wish we were sitting in the kitchen, Mom's making a home-cooked meal, or we could stand outside and I could tell her about the guy I'm talking to, but instead, we are 3 states apart because Dad wanted us to quarantine with him and Mom, everyone else stayed down in Miami. I just wish we were all together. I feel like I let her down. I don't want her to think that I don't love her anymore. No. When this is over and we drive back down to Miami, I'm going to jump into her arms just like old times because this has taught me that I don't want to take our family for granted. From now on, I'm going to live life like tomorrow isn't promised. And I want you to know that I love you, even though we do argue every day. And Molly, even though she tells me to stop singing all the time. And Riley, too, even though he steals my sunglasses and acts like he has no idea what I'm talking about. And of course, Dad, even though he tracks our location every 5 seconds. And Mom. I love Mom for everything she does for us, especially her cooking.
Hello and welcome. I'm Christine, and I'm back bringing you the Quarantine with Christine routine, your only daily news source in this decaying world. Today is a big day, and I have a lot in store, so let's get to our daily fast facts. Today is March 13th, 2031. Yep, that's right. The United States declared a state of a national emergency exactly 11 years ago. Little did we know what was yet in store for us. Today is Quarantine Day 4015. If you're still healthy enough to be tuning in, congrats! We've made it so far, and we're almost at the end. But what's at the end? Who knows? Let's take it over to Christine, who has our latest statistics. Oh yeah, that's me. I am most excited to tell y'all about this. Yesterday's Quarantine with Christine video was a huge accomplishment. We had the most people tune in ever. Yep, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We had a whopping 8 views! That's more than the world's population. And if you think about it, the other half doesn't even speak English. So I'm basically famous. All right, let's send the cameras over to Christine, who will tell us about the world's newest and biggest threats. Thank you, Christine. All right, moving to our next topic. Humans' newest predator is no longer a virus. Instead, we're being attacked by crows. Ever since humans stopped going outside 11 years ago, crows, known to be the most vicious street birds, began to break into grocery stores and steal all the food. Now they have grown to sizes bigger than humans had ever thought possible. At a whopping 300 tons, these birds have already wiped out 45% of the world's population. They have a 100% killing rate. How do they kill? They sit on innocent humans who have made the unlucky choice to take a step out of their front door. On that note, humans have not left their houses in several years, meaning who knows what else is out there? Well, if you'd like to know about this and other topics, tune in tomorrow, where we will talk about the exploding caterpillars and circle-shaped flying trees that are taking over our precious planet. That's all for now. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Quarantine with Christine. You know, it can't be a coincidence that my name, Christine, rhymes with quarantine. It's like I was born for this job. All right, quarantine beans. I hope to see you another day. See you tomorrow. Hopefully.
The doctor who treats an injured warrior is also a warrior. The cop who enforces the law either through peace or brute force is a warrior. In a battle where you yourself are both hero and the enemy, it spreads because of you. It can only stop because of you. Now, let's greet without shaking hands and spread love without having to touch one another. We cover our faces with masks, not with shame, but with pride. We are not responsible for the joy of others, but we should never be the reason for someone's distress. We make sacrifices to gain our lives back. If you care for the thing, if you care for the well-being of others, you stay inside. The war we fight by staying inside. This is not a contest of strength nor mind. This is a contest of responsibility of your fellow human beings. It might seem an easy task, but what we perceive may be deceptive, because it's not work from home. It's war from home. The question is, are you ready?
In a world where we go play outside, kids playing with a ball, go to school, boy with book bag, work, have fun, all this is being taken away from us. The coronavirus, COVID-19, is changing everything. Our ways of life, in fact, our lives. A normal day for a kid about my age, about 11 years old, would go to school, learn, then do homework, go to piano class, and then hang out with friends. But now, look at us all, inside our homes, not able to go outside. The people of the world turned into small, undefended little hamsters in a cage, where we are frightened and scared of the next thing that will harm us.
Honey, remember to do the dishes.
Okay, Mom. You see, I feel stressed, frightened, frustrated even.
And fold the laundry too, sweetie.
Yes, Mom, okay. Frustrated even because we can't see our friends. We learn half as much, and my parents won't do everything I ask them to do. We can't.
Oh, yeah, and you have to practice the piano before you can watch TV.
Sure, but can you stop interrupting me?
Okay, fine.
Thank you. My grandfathers and grandmothers are all the way on the other side of the world, and they might get sick, and I can only call them. Hi, abuela. Hi, yes, me too. Okay, well, bye, I love you. And all this pain is breaking my heart. A little piece each morning eroding away until that last, tiniest, smallest, weakest piece recalls how my family has been and will always be there for me. And so it remembers something. I'm not alone. I have my family and myself, and together we will get through this pandemic. Together is the word. And then right there, my fear perishes and my hope grows. Hope for every soul who's out there suffering with tears. Hope that I will go to school and see my friends. Hope for my grandparents. Hope that now that we're all inside, nobody has time to pollute the ocean or the air or whatever. But not only hope, confidence. Confidence that I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive.
Honey, can you help me with your brother too?
Mom!
I know you think I don't understand, but I do now. I went outside today. I got in my car and I just left the house. I parked in front of my friend's house and waved to her from a distance. It was really weird seeing her there. I had forgotten what her face looked like. Her smile was radiating with happiness. I could almost feel it. But of course, a mask was hiding my face completely, covering my mouth and nose, so I tried to smile with my eyes. It was then that I realized how much I missed her. My best friend. It's crazy how much I needed her. Before yesterday, I had forgotten what life used to be like before the pandemic. You always say that life sucks, and you're right. Sometimes nothing goes right, and staying home, locked in your room, away from people, just seems like the only way out. But I realize now that that's not always the case. I was being selfish and ungrateful by thinking that my friends were always going to be there for me. That if I didn't hug them every day, then it wouldn't matter. And today, all I wish for is to get closer than 6 feet apart from someone. I was foolish to believe that the absence of the Miami sun warming up my body on my walk to school every day didn't affect me. During these days, I wake up to a dark room. And when I look over to your room, everything suddenly gets even darker and dull. That's no way to live, all alone. Stop pushing me away. You want to know what I miss most since quarantine started? That human interaction. It's stupid and simple, but it's true. I know how you feel. I just want to be there with someone, to share a space with another living thing, to touch them and feel their warmth. I want to walk barefoot on the grass and let life surround me. But Sophie, you're right, once again. Life isn't always butterflies and rainbows. I wish to see my friends again soon, but I don't expect to. The moment we start expecting is the moment we fall back into that cycle of selfishness and suffering. Even after the quarantine is over, I won't be able to see my friends and family without being paranoid about spreading the virus. This experience will always be a part of who we are. Yesterday changed me, Sophie. I feel different today. I guess I just had a moment of realization and a epiphany. One of the good ones. The ones that help you grow and make you a better person. Sophie, if you are there right now, then you need to listen to me. There is more to this life than constant sadness. I know that you think locking yourself in the room and playing sad songs is the only way to make it through this time, but you're wrong. You don't have to be alone. I know that this virus is everywhere, and sometimes you feel like you will never be able to escape it, but you can't be afraid of the outside world forever. The more time you pass inside that room, the more you will start forgetting about what life is really all about. Don't let that happen to you, Sophie. I love you too much to watch you shut yourself down. There are birds singing outside today, and the sun is up and shining. It's time to open the doors and let life and reality come in. Let the sun wake you each morning. Remember those amazing times you had with your friends and with me. You know, laughing and having fun. Cherish those relationships every day a little more. FaceTime grandma to check up on how she's doing. Be there for yourself and for others. Don't block everyone out. And don't cut me off, Sophie. I miss you. And I know that the best way to help you is to be there. Just be there for you, whichever way you need. At the end, that's what it's all about. Being present, being there, and willing to let others be there for you.
What about that nasty weather this morning? How about that?
Are you serious right now?
What? It was a heck of a rainstorm.
Okay, that's the last straw. I am done. D-O-N-E, done with this quarantine. We've been spending way too much time together, and the fact that you think the topic of the weather is the most interesting part of your day is depressing. Look, nobody has spoken for the past 10 minutes, and you think that heck of a rainstorm this morning is a conversation starter for today's dinner? We were all there, Dad. We saw the crazy rainstorm. It was just the air conditioner leaking out. Look, we as a family have just gotten out of control with this quarantine. But Mom, you need to stop experimenting with new ways to make dinner, okay? Like one hard-boiled egg and soy sauce with Maruchan microwavable ramen noodles does not count as gourmet ramen. And Becca, nobody cares about your 30-day song challenge. It's barely even a challenge. You're just posting about what songs make you feel. Like, nobody cares. Like, even I have gone insane with this stupid quarantine. I've read every book we own this past week. I'm not kidding, even the encyclopedias. Like, don't get me wrong, I love our family game night, but not every single day. We have played Monopoly more times than someone should in their lifetime. I could just name every property right now. Go! Atlantic Avenue, B&O Railroad, Baltic Avenue, Boardwalk, Connecticut Avenue. I could name more. And I think we have watched just about every movie possible on Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Go, Amazon Prime. All I want is for this quarantine to be over and I can just run away as fast and as far away as I can from you people and just frolic in the fields of the park right across the street. Just for one day, I want to go into the outside world, a place that I so mistakenly took for granted.
Well, that was weird. Pictionary, anyone?
Yeah, let me post this one song.
Just weird diseases.